Hello everyone. This is Alicia Jones from Alicia Jones Healthy Living. So we're going to talk again about how you can shrink belly fat after the age of 50. Because after the age of 50, there are so many factors that seem to make it so easy to put on belly fat and so hard to lose it. So first we need to understand why belly fat increases as you age. There are three main reasons. The first one is menopause. So with menopause, your estrogen levels lower. All hormones in our body send messages throughout our body, and estrogen sends a message to store fat in our hips and our thighs. And as we go through menopause, or when you go through menopause, that signal stops. And all of a sudden there's a new signal that says, let's store fat instead in the stomach. With that decrease in estrogen, you also increase your appetite. There's a hormone that we have called ghrelin. And ghrelin makes us feel hungry, that we want to eat. I like to think of it as that hormone like grr, grr, our stomach is growling ghrelin. So ghrelin is the hormone that makes us hungry. We want to eat. And while much of that hormone is secreted in our stomach, it is also secreted, or there's a signal via the hypothalamus, or a part of our brain. So the hypothalamus gets signals from estrogen saying, hey, I'm hungry, release ghrelin, or I'm not hungry. If you don't have the estrogen levels anymore because of menopause, well, then that means that you also don't have that signal telling you I'm full. You're getting a constant signal of ghrelin telling you that you're hungry. And that means you overeat quite often. Lastly, age in and of itself, especially for inactive women over the age of 50, is another factor why you gain belly fat. And that is due mostly to inactivity and the accumulation of that inactivity over the course of your lifetime decreases your muscle mass. And muscle is the fire that burns calories and burns fat and burns belly fat. So it is estimated that we lose about 3%, sometimes higher, up to 8% of our muscle mass every decade after the age of 30. So that's a lot of muscle mass, and 25% of that decrease in muscle mass is linked to visceral or abdominal fat increase. So that's a lot of fat that you're getting every time you lose muscle. You need to have a plan that is going to specifically target that loss of estrogen levels. It is going to enhance or increase the amount of muscle that you have to burn that fat. And it has to somehow curb your appetite. And first and foremost, it includes high intensity interval training. You don't have to do a crazy run. You don't have to do crazy jumping in order to do it. You can walk. You walk just 2 times a week and do this plan. And that is specifically because high intensity interval training does 2 amazing things. One, it suppresses your appetite. So you end up having a normal appetite once again, and your ghrelin levels are balanced. You also specifically target visceral fat because high intensity interval training is one of the best exercises to specifically target visceral fat or abdominal fat. You can increase your metabolic rate by approximately 7% just by doing resistance training 2 times a week for 10 weeks. That's all it takes. and you can rev up that metabolism and you begin to burn fat, because you can increase the amount of lean muscle that you have by approximately 1.4 kilos. That's a lot. That's close to 4 pounds. It is so important that you do this resistance training at least 2 times a week. Download the link and get your complete plan that specifically targets belly fat.